Hello everybody and welcome back to Stay at Home with Granya's Kitchen. What I'm going to make today is some meatballs. So definitely a favourite here in this house. So for our meatballs I have got mince. So I've got less than 5% fat mince. So I've got 2 pounds here from the butcher's. So I'm going to put my mince there into a bowl. Then I'm going to add a few bits, and again, with any of this stuff, it's what you have. Okay, I always add a little bit of ground cumin to my meatballs. Just adds a little bit of kind of flavour. So again, just a nice sprinkle there of the ground cumin. Then I'm going to add some oregano, so quite traditional herb. Again, if you don't have oregano, you could add some parsley, you could add some basil, whatever dry herbs you would like. I'm going to add some garlic granules. Why not? A little bit of flavour there from the garlic granules. I would normally add as well some onion granules. I don't have any, and I'm not going shopping again until tomorrow, but I do have a little bit of onion salt, so I'm not going to add too much of this now because it's quite salty, but just a little bit there for flavour. I'm going to add a little pinch of mustard powder as well. Again, it's all down to personal taste, guys. You add whatever you want. If you want to spice them up, add a little bit of chilli. Then what I'm going to add to these as well, because if that's all the ingredients I have in here, it won't be very moist. So I want to add a little bit of moisture so that these meatballs don't dry out when they're cooking, especially when we're using less than 5% mince. So what I'm going to do to add moisture is I'm going to add some grated butternut squash and some grated carrot. You adding both of these because I've only got a small amount of butternut squash. You could just add butternut squash, just add carrot. Again, it's all whatever you have in your house. So I'm going to finely grate, first of all, the butternut squash. So you can see here I have my finely grated carrot and my finely grated butternut squash. So that goes in there to the mix. And then literally what you do is you get your hands dirty and you just squish all of this mixture together so that everything is beautifully mixed up. So there you have it, all beautifully combined. I also added a little bit of salt and pepper there as well. And now what you're going to do is very simply roll these into meatballs. So again, as big or as small as you like. So with your hands, you just simply roll them like that. A little bit of meat and rolling it together to form that lovely, lovely meatball. So there you have it. All of my meatballs are now made. Now I'm going to put these into the fridge to rest for about 30 minutes, just to kind of just sets them a little bit, and then when I'm cooking them, they're going to be less inclined to break apart. I've got my tomato sauce here cooking as well on the side. The recipe for the tomato sauce is the very simple tomato sauce I did in my last video, my previous one. So just go one video down and you're going to see the recipe for that. So that's going to stay cooking away, and these are going to go into the fridge for 30 minutes. So my meatballs have been in the fridge for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I got my pan on here, going to spray a bit of oil in, and then I am going to just brown these off in the pan. So just simply putting them in, and I am going to brown them all over. So the meatballs are very simply browned there. Just kind of turn them over and brown them on both sides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tomato sauce and I'm simply going to pour my tomato sauce on top. This is I made tomato sauce from 3 cans of tomatoes. Simply because we just like to have quite a bit of sauce on it. Now, at this point, you can just pop this into the oven as it is, okay? Put it into the oven and cook it for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes, which would be beautiful. I happen to have some cheese, so I'm going to add some cheese to it again. Again, this isn't essential, but it's if you want. So I've got a bowl of mozzarella cheese here, and I'm simply going to just rip this up into shreds and put it on top of this, and that's going to melt down beautifully and give some lovely kind of gooey cheesiness as such to the meatballs. As I say, really not essential. So, unless you have the mozzarella in your fridge. If you don't, you can just pop it in without any cheese. I'm going to put a bit of Parmesan on top of it as well. I mean, if you, again, this is all choice. I just love a little bit of cheese on meatballs. So again, I've just got my Parmesan cheese here, and I am simply putting that on top. And as I say, this is going to pop into a kind of 180 degree oven for about sort of 35 minutes to cook. How delicious does that look? Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? Meatballs with crunchy cheese on top for our dinner tonight. So in terms then of plating it, again, we all need a bit of poshness in our lives. So I've got my gorgeous rice here, and I will pop this here into the bowl. So there's a yummy portion of rice, absolutely steaming hot. And then I get some of my meatballs, and I just put them on there like that. I should be serving a side salad with it. We are not shopping until tomorrow, so there's very little left in the fridge at the moment. So we will just be having it very simply. So meatballs and rice, really simply, really delicious. Stay safe, everybody. Bye.